Hello and welcome. My name's Super Saiyan and this is your weekly news and pre-order video covering all of the new releases from Games Workshop. I want to say a warm welcome to all of you new subscribers and returning viewers, as well as a massive thank you to all of you channel members and everyone that supports the channel through the Element Games link and Patreon. The support is very much welcome. Let's get straight into the news and look at the Warhammer community website right here. And if we look at all news and we go back about a week to February the 25th. Yeah, they've changed the news now so that you can't look at everything in one page. You have to go to, another page. They've limited it, which is, it's a change, not for the best, is it? So last weekend we could pre-order the High Elf Realms for Warhammer the Old World. So there was the Arcane Journal, there was the Battalion, the cards, the dice, the transfer sheet, and then a couple of characters in resin, I think, like Lord Trace, Ishaya Vess, and High Elf Lord on Dragon, as well as some Illyrian Reavers, Swordmasters of Hoth or Hoeth, White Lions of Trace, Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers, Returning Metal Miniatures. We had Coril Lionmane and the Handmaiden of the Everqueen. And we also had this Great Eagle. And then in Forge World Resin, we had the Merworm. For 40k, we had Returning, although it was difficult to find on the website. You have to go into made to order section, not pre-order section. We had the Imperial Bastion, the Bunker, and the defense line. I mean, this is an Imperial defense line emplacement. So there was those, and that was it for the pre-orders last week. The next day, on the Sunday, I knew it was going to happen at some point, but we've got Hell's Last Miniatures and Novel. So this is up for pre-order today for in 2 weeks' time. You've got Minka Lesk of the Cadian 101st, along with like a Commissar with an axe and a couple of other cool-looking minis. You've also got Hell's Last, a Minka Lesk novel by Justin D. Hill, and then Hell's Last Special Edition. Looks very nice. And then we've got Malaneth Witchblade and Shade of Cain. So this is the Shade of Cain novel written by Evan Dickon, and then a special edition. Then we've got the Black Library Celebration 2025 anthology. So I think this is the Black Library Celebration. So anyone who purchases a book during the Black Library Celebration will receive this free anthology. It's quite nice. They always do this every year. Then you've got the Black Library, The Art of Warhammer 40k, Blood of the Imperium, 15 Hours, Gotrek and Melaneth Omnibus, Grey Seer, Titanicus, I think that's been out before, but that's by Dan Abnett. And then French and German language releases. Now, Horus Heresy. Hold on to your hats, because today up for pre-order is the Mechanicum Heavy Support Force. I've got a feeling this will sell out quite quickly because Games Workshop have made the decision to bundle in all of these brand new, because all of these new minis into one box set. I hope that within the next 2 weeks they'll be up for pre-order separately, much like the Deathcore Krieg were, but we'll see. Fantastic minis in this. You've got the Thanatar, you've got the Krios battle tank, and then you've got the Karaknos tank. I can see people buying multiples of these box sets to round out their Mechanicum collection. If that wasn't enough, they've then dropped all of the other Horus Heresies, like single minis. They could have spread these out over the year, and that would have been fine, and given people enough time to get them, because they are hard to find on the store, let's face it. You've got the Arquitor Magisterium and the Attendant, and this is in Forge World Resin, these minis. You've got the Secutarii Axiarch, which I will be picking up. You've got the Iron Hands Legion Praetor, which looks awesome, very nice Praetor, but not for me. Iron Warriors Warsmith, again, this one looks amazing too. It's got to be a must-buy. You've got the Space Wolves Caster of Runes, and then you've got some some odd consoles. You know, I think at this point it's a bit of an excuse just to you know, make these Space Marines that are, you know, that have a banner or something, because you've got the plastic upgrade command sprue where you do have banners similar to these. But the fist is nice, and the axe is very cool. But you've got the Herald consoles, then you've got the Overseer consoles. You know, I mean, you could make these Space Marines quite easily from your plastic minis. Yeah, if you want these particular ones, you know, like one holding a staff and one just pointing with a whip. I mean, the whip is cool and the helmet is cool. You know, that's that. So all of these are up for pre-order today. You've also got the Warhammer 40,000 Water Canteen. And then Warhammer Plus, you had a battle report. Looks like it's Nurgle and Tzeentch. And that's it. So then there were other articles during the week, such as the Blades of the Hollow King are ready to draw blood for the Soulblight Gravelords. So, very cool mini. Really, really like that. So you got the Blades of the Hollow King box, comes with 2 regular accomplices. Look at that. Very, very nice. And then you got this thing with that, like that snake, or is it its tail? I don't know, but yeah, very bizarre. Twin-headed serpent, Canistrix. Yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, there you go, the Hollow King. Then Black Library Celebration, who are the heroes of Hell's Last. So this is Captain Minka Lisk. Chief Commissar Shand in Cadian Honour. Confessor Talbius, or Talbeus. Veteran Trooper Joromir. Veteran Sergeant Gronya. I think that's Gronya, I would have thought. Hell's Last, Minka Lisk novel. So, yeah, a lot of good things coming for Cadia at the moment. And then you've got Combat Patrol magazine comes to the US. This was pretty big news, actually. I've lost count of the number of comments over the years for having like a, you know, magazine subscription based service in the States. They've obviously got their reasons, but now you've got the Combat Patrol magazine. So finally, you guys, your cousins in the States, have now got an opportunity to build up a vast collection. Unfortunately, this is the weakest one out of the 3, in my opinion, just because of the variants. There's so many different minis and armies that this magazine, you know, provides. And I understand that, you know, Age of Sigmar is bigger for you guys over there than 40k. But, you know, if you've missed out on some of these minis, or you want to bump up your collections, this is a very, very good way of doing it. You know, if you can negate the fact that some of these models you might not suit your collection, or you don't even collect. Hopefully you can, you know, give them to a mate, or sell them. Would be a better way of doing it. But yeah, you guys have been crying out for one of these subscriptions for a while, and now you've got that, so I hope it does well over there. Then you've got the Rumour Engine, 18th of Feb. Yeah, I would probably say Age of Sigmar. Some kind of head with, it's like a head bag. It's like a strange tote, isn't it, I guess. Then you've got, yeah, the website is doing this funny thing now. Because it won't show me all the news on one page, I have to go back, and then it, you know, sort of skips a little bit. It doesn't like that, which I kind of knew would happen when they reverted to this. Look, they've now got like 63 pages of news. The best cover art from Black Library, the art of Warhammer 40k. So that's the art. I'm not a massive fan of the new art. I prefer the old art. But, you know, I respect that, you know, the artists and things that bring our hobby to life even more. I mean, that looks fantastic. 2 assassins there. You've got contrast tips for beginners. Then you've got Age of Sigmar animation teaser, the Black Talons return. There was an animation before that had the Black Talons in it. Building battlefields, writing books, and playing the great game of Warhammer. That's all discussed on Warhammer Plus. Then you've got the vote for your Black Library Book of the Year 2024. And then, yep, you just press vote now. And then you've got a survey. Monkey. So no Horus Heresy, Siege of Terror then. Thought it would be on here. Not a huge thing to select from, is there? Anyway, so that's happening now. You've got the Middle-earth strategy battle game. Some new scenarios dropped for the new edition. You've got the Golden Demon 2025 entry guidelines, and then Horus Heresy Thursday. Finally, we get some more Mechanicum news. We've got the Ursulax coming, and it looks like there's sort of two flavours. There's these with the claws, and then there's these with the pincer type fist things. I much prefer the claws, guys. Okay, these just look like they're missing digits, in my opinion. These with the, I know these have only got two, but I would have preferred three. Three claws would have been better. But I'm still going to pick up a set. But yeah, that's like your close combat, fast attack for your Mechanicum. You've got the Grand Narrative in November. It's ages away. Betrayal, Sacrifice, and Grilled Grots. Final Fate of the Grand Narrative. And then you've got the Black Library Celebration miniatures, painted by the community. So yeah, they've had theirs for a while and they've painted them. You've got Evan Dickon Interview, Anatomy of an Elven Assassin. Key changes to the competitive Warhammer calendar, and then Old World Almanac narrative scenarios for the Warhammer World Anniversary. So yeah, there was a bit of news, but not quite as mammoth as the past couple of weeks. Let's go on over to Games Workshop's web store and have a look at the new Mechanicum box set and all of these Forge World Horus Heresy minis as well. Okay, so straight away we're on the Games Workshop's web store, warhammer.com, and the big advert on here is Minkalesk, along with Malaneth. There's the Black Library Celebration 2025, so it kicks off today. If you press Explore, it will give you a page of 126 books, which you can look at your pleasure, view at your pleasure. But if you go to New and Exclusive and All Pre-Orders, and we go high to low, we've straight away got this Mechanicum Heavy Support Force, £110. I don't think this is too bad at all. You type in Thanatar, and straight away the Thanatar is £63.25 separately, probably £51 with like a 20% discount. So that's over half the box set there, just that Thanatar. The Karachnos, I don't think you can get that anymore in resin, no. So the Triaros, £57 there. So the 57 plus the 63, that's already £120. So you're getting the Krios tank for free. Let's have a look at this set right here. I think this set with the discount is like £88, about 90. So again, it works out that you're getting the Krios for free. I think this is a good set. I understand it's a heavy support force. I like how this is the complete opposite of the Mechanicum army set that was released last year. It was all troops. There wasn't even a single HQ. Everything in that set was troops with a troop transport. Whereas this set, I know there's only 3 models, I know, but the Thanatar is 63. The Karachnos is probably going to be over £57, which is what the Triaros is, and you're getting the Krios tank, which has 3 options. Look, there's one of the options there. There's another option, and you get some detail with the Karachnos, and look at the missiles. And then there's the Solex pattern heavy las cannon. Is that what it's called? It's the Solex heavy las. You've got the Krios tank, which can be built as a Krios Venator, and then the Karaknos assault tank and the Thanatar Calyx. 476 plastic components. If I just type in Mechanicum army set, I don't think you can get the Mechanicum army set anymore. I literally just want to open this as a new tab, and the website just won't let me. I have to press that to bring up this silly tab. Right, okay, anyway. Forces of the Cult Mechanicum. Wow, so you have to do that. And then, yeah, so that set has gone. It's been and gone. Well, it looks like it's been and gone. I literally typed in Mechanicum for Horus Heresy, and you can't get it anymore. Yeah, that set has been and gone, so you can't get that set full of all the troops. I'm really glad that I picked up 2 sets. Will I pick up 2 of these sets, though? Maybe. I think having 2 Calyxes is a bit much, but definitely having like 2 or 3 Krioses and having 2 Karaknos would look cool too. I might pick up another set at some point just because of the value that it gives. But yeah, nice set. Only 3 models, but you know, almost 500 components there. Each one is going to be a project, especially the Karaknos. I had a lot of fun building the Triaros armoured troop conveyor, and the Thanatar was pretty good as well, and I'm sure that this one will be too. So that is the big pre-order this weekend. You've got all of the High Elf stuff from last weekend, then you've got Hell's Last up for pre-order. So this is Minkalesk's little retinue. So if you read the books, this will be up your street. £47.50 though. You know, they're not even resin or anything like that. They are straight up plastic. 29 plastic components for almost £50. I don't know, if you're into the novels and you like her and you're invested emotionally in her lore and her story and things, then yeah, this is probably up your street. You've got some more High Elf stuff. You've got Hell's Last Special Edition, which I can open in a new tab. This is £45. Looks like a very nice edition. Is that like a canvas print? I like the red page edges. They need to do more red page edges. They look lovely. It says, hold the horrors of the Eye of Terror at bay, remain defiant. So yeah, this is written by Justin D. Hill. You've got the Shade of Cain Special Edition, written by Evan Dickens, I think. And it's all about Malaneth. Faux leather. Oh, lovely gold page edges. Very nice. Looks good. You got the Art of Warhammer 40,000, and it is £40 or 40,000 pennies if you want to look at it that way. Interesting. It has a following mix of artwork, so it specifically breaks them down, which is cool, but it doesn't tell you how many pages it is, or give you much more. You know, it literally gives you one look at the artwork that's in there. You know, for something that consists of over 100 pieces of artwork, I would have expected more, and I would have expected the page number as well. Yeah, I don't like it when they hide that. It says 170 pieces of art, and they showcase one. Just goes on to say the book is ideal companion for readers and hobbyists, but it doesn't say that it's hardback or has a page keeper or anything like that. It shows one piece of artwork. They haven't really sold this very well. I don't know how big the book is as well. It doesn't say if it's like a A4 size, or you know, it could be tiny. I don't know, but yeah, they haven't marketed that well at all. You know, they need to go back and redo that. Eagle Claw bolt throwers were last week. Then you've got now individual Horus Heresy minis. The Iron Warriors Warsmith is £33.50. I don't think that's too bad. We are now living in the real world. You know, forget the discount and the 20% and things. We're living in the real world now of Phoenix Swords being £28.50 and being sold out day one. That's the reality. Okay, so even though Phoenix Lords are pretty much £30 and they're plastic, they've got hardly any number of parts and nowhere near as much detail as these resin minis, they are being sold out. So this being at £33.50, again, it probably comes back to my theory of, is Forge World resin cheaper now than it used to be, or is plastic so much more expensive that we think that this Forge World resin is a good deal? I'll leave that up to you to decide. But this Warsmith looks very nice. You've got 2 head options. You might be able to magnetize that head, maybe, but why would you? The actual helmeted version looks so cool. Clad in hulking cataphractii Terminator armor, 14 resin components, 40mm base, round base, 2-handed hammer known as a graviton crusher, and a combi weapon as well. Is that a flamer or melter? It's hard to see. That looks like a graviton kind of combi weapon. Anyway, so that's the Iron Warriors Warsmith. Then you've got the Arcutor Magisterium. I'm not a big fan of this model. I'm still not. I'm just going to get her. I mean, I'm all for like more female Mechanicum, by all means, don't get me wrong. I just think the model doesn't really work, and I think it's because of these joins here. I'm not... I mean, are there flamers or something up there, or... I don't get it. Normally with Mechanicum stuff and Mechanicus things, you don't have these hydraulic rigs. So I'm probably going to just... I might clip them off. I don't know. Or I might bend these claws. They just looks like Edward Scissorhands, really. And this weapon is more akin to like Imperial stuff rather than Mechanicum stuff. And then this sword, yeah, it's not too bad. But she's a Magisterium at the end of the day. So she is a judge, judges of tech heresy. But there are rules for her. And you've got the little attendant there. Odd pictures, aren't they? The lighting is a bit odd there compared to that. But yeah, I like the little kind of snail type attendant. You know, I've ordered her anyway, so she's on her way, so we'll get to see her. Now, I do like the Secutarii Axiarch, however, it's a Secutarii and it's £28.50. Not a big fan of the shield being that small, or whether it's like dug into the ground. I don't know. I think the shield should be a bit bigger and not buried, but we'll see. The lance looks okay. The arm looks fancy. I do have some Secutarii, so yeah, we'll compare him. I have ordered him, and we'll compare him too. It's just nice to get 2 new resin, basically HQ units for Mechanicum, and I want to support that. Nice to get something new for Mechanicum. Then you've got some consoles. So you've got the Traitor Overseer console. These are all £28.50, I believe. This one has 2 heads. Both the heads look good. I like the helmeted one more. I will be picking this one up, but further down the line. And what I mean by that is, although I'm supporting the Mechanicum new releases, I don't support for 1 second all of their Space Marine consoles that are still out of stock many months later, because the message that gives me is, once these have sold, they're gone. They're not going to support them. They're not going to reissue them. And I think that's just the wrong message. That you've got miniatures there for Space Marines, for Horus Heresy, that you've still got out of stock, and yet you're pushing these new ones. Yeah, it's not good. They really need to catch up and just restock the consoles. I'll show you what I mean on this tab. If I just type in console, are you ready for some red pink writing? So they've still got the Loyalist Champion, but if we do console Space Marine, maybe this'll... No, you've got Astaroth the Grim for some reason, because it likes the word Space Marine. But look, the Librarian console still out of stock after so long. The Thousand Suns console out of stock. You've got the Vigilator out of stock. There are more as well, like the Traitor. Let's just type that in. There it is. You got the Traitor Champion out of stock. The Esoterist out of stock. This Dark Emissary is out of stock. Yeah, I just don't support that. I don't support why they've got those really cool minis still out of stock, and yet they're pushing the new ones. So yeah, you've got the Traitor Herald console there. As I say, I will get these, but once they've got stock of the other ones. This one is you could make this one with the Command Squad upgrade set. Nice armor though, very cool. Then you've got the Loyalist Overseer console. Looks all right. 12 components for that one. Then you've got the Loyalist Herald console. It's a cool head, that one. And I like the bionic leg. 15 components for that one. And then the Iron Hands Legion Praetor. Very cool. With this kind of cog Mechanicum thing, and again with the graviton weapon. So almost there. So I like how this, well, it doesn't really mirror the Iron Warriors Warsmith, because that one has massive hammer and things. But I do like the Mechadendrites or whatever they're called, like a Dr. Ock thing. They've gone for the bionic leg as well, and bionic arm. That works. And then look at this little. This is one of the coolest bits, I think, is the skull, like a spider skull thing. Spider servo skull. I think that's really awesome. I want to see more of that. Yeah, £28.50, 15 components. Then we've got a Caster of Runes console. He's Nada Psyker. Yeah, the helmet looks alright. I like that head though. That looks good. Yeah, axe looks cool. Yeah, nice mini. Then you've got the dice from last week. You've got Malineth Witchblade, £26. I think she is in plastic. Yep, multi-part plastic kit, 10 components. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about the face. It might be the painting, but nice pose though. Really cool pose. You got more high elf stuff from last week. Then you've got 15 Hours 20th Anniversary Edition. That sold out pretty quick. That was £22. Hell's Last in hardback, £22. Yeah, these are their hardbacks at 22 now. There you go. Shade of Cain hardback, £20. More high elf stuff from last weekend. You've got Gotrek and Malineth the Omnibus, £15. I think that's paperback. You got Blood of the Imperium. That sold out straight away, £10 for that. Titanicus sold out straight away, and so did Gracia. I wonder if, these books being sold out so quick, especially the 15 Hours, was from enthusiasts or were from scalpers. That's the real question right there. I think you can still get Hell's Last. Yeah, you can. And Shade of Cain. Yeah. Right, so because we went back and forth, we have to do a quick... Okay, so you can still get the Mechanicum Force. Thought I'd check right at the end. And that is it for all of the news and the pre-orders today. Not a whole lot of news, but a huge number of miniatures up for pre-order. Games Workshop have really pushed so many more minis. We're almost into March, but already I think I've spent more on Warhammer and the hobby in these past 2 months than I did the whole of last year. They have really released a lot of stuff, and we've still got Soulblight to come out. We've still got Emperor's Children, and so on. Now, of course, with me buying these two minis, that is kind of probably half the cost of the Soulblight Gravelords box set. which I would still like to get and review to you all, but I thought it'd be worth me picking these up and giving you a first look and review, because they've got the rules and things. So as always, any support at all through the live stream, super chat, things like that makes a massive difference. Thank you again for watching. The Emperor protects.